If you've been thinking about buying a Chinese car, this video might be the most important thing you watch before you hand over any money. Because right now, the UK market is flooded with Chinese models. Some of them are genuinely brilliant. Some of them are quietly terrible. And most people have no idea which is which. So here is exactly what we are doing today. We are going through 10 Chinese cars currently on sale in the UK. 4 you should seriously think twice about. And 6 that are so good, they should be embarrassing the established brands. This is based on hundreds of hours of real-world testing, thousands of miles driven on public roads, and back-to-back comparisons at a private test track. Not vibes. Not YouTube takes. Actual data. So let's get into it, starting with the ones you need to be warned about. The worst Chinese cars you can buy right now. Starting with number 4 on the worst list. The Skywell BE11. And look, this one is almost painful to talk about, because on paper it sounds reasonable. Competitive range, a decent amount of space, and a price that makes you look twice. But here's the problem. When you line it up against everything else in its class, it falls behind in almost every area that actually matters in daily life. The driving experience feels unrefined. The interior quality does not hold up to scrutiny. And the overall package just lacks the polish you would expect for the money. It is not one big catastrophic flaw. It is death by 1,000 small disappointments. And in a market where you have genuinely excellent options for similar money, there is just no good reason to settle for the BE11. Move on. But that is not even the most frustrating car on this list. Number 3 on the worst list is one that gets talked about a lot, and not always for the right reasons. The MG4. Now, before you come for me in the comments, hear this out. Because the MG4 is not a bad car when it is working properly. Competitive range. Reasonable price. 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating. On paper, it looks like a winner. But here is what the spec sheet does not tell you. In What Car Magazine's reliability survey, the MG4 finished dead last out of 18 electric vehicles, with a score of just 63.8%. Last place, out of 18. And the faults people are reporting are not minor inconveniences. Unresponsive touchscreens, Bluetooth refusing to pair, Apple CarPlay cutting out mid-journey, climate control doing whatever it wants, regardless of what you have set. Some owners reported their infotainment screen freezing for a full hour while driving. An hour. And then, in 2024, the consumer watchdog Which Magazine flagged a serious safety issue with the MG4's Lane Keep Assist system. The system could actively steer the car toward oncoming traffic on narrow roads. That is not a software glitch. That is genuinely dangerous. It took months of back and forth before a mandatory update was finally pushed out in early 2025. Some owners went back to the dealer 6 times with the same unresolved problems. 6 times. When you are spending mid to high 20s on a car, you deserve better than that. So that is 2 on the worst list. But number 2 might actually be the most important warning on this entire list, because it is not just about a bad car. It is about a brand that no longer exists. Number 2 worst. The Maxus MG4 9. This is one of the only electric 7-seaters you can buy, and that novelty factor makes it tempting. It is cheaper than a lot of rivals. It has 7 seats, and it looks the part. But the real-world range is genuinely poor. The ride is unsettled enough to make long journeys uncomfortable. And the interior does not feel anywhere near premium enough for the asking price. So you are paying for a niche vehicle that does not actually deliver on the things that make a niche vehicle worth buying. If you need 7 electric seats, there are better options. The MG4 9 is not the answer. And the single worst Chinese car you can buy right now? It is actually a category, rather than one model. And that is any car from a brand that does not have a solid, established UK support network. Because here's the thing nobody talks about enough. Buying a Chinese car is not just about the car itself. It is about what happens when something goes wrong. Warranty support, parts availability, dealer network, software update infrastructure. Some brands have invested seriously in all of that. Others have not. And if you buy from one that is not, you could find yourself with a car that is essentially unsupported within 2 or 3 years. So, before you sign anything, research the brand's UK presence as hard as you research the car itself. Right, that is the warning side done. Now let's talk about the cars that are actually worth your money, because some of these are seriously impressive. Starting with number 6 on the best list and working our way up. Number 6. The BYD Sealion 7. Think of this as a slightly taller version of the BYD Seal, and you are pretty much there. It is a 5-seat electric SUV. It is quiet on the move, genuinely spacious in the back, and very well equipped as standard. You can fit more into the boot than you can in the Hyundai Ioniq 5 or Kia EV6, which is a proper achievement. The 15.6-inch infotainment screen can rotate between portrait and landscape. That sounds like a gimmick until you are sitting at a charger watching something on a proper widescreen layout. Charging speed on the top spec model gets down to around 24 minutes for a 10 to 80% top-up, which is solid. The ride can get a little unsettled, and the steering is not the most consistent. But as an everyday family SUV, it does the job well, and then some. But if the Sealion 7 is good, number 5 takes things up a notch. Number 5. The BYD Seal. This one has its sights firmly set on the Tesla Model 3, and it gets closer than most people expect. Even the cheapest version has an official range of over 350 miles. And the performance versions can hit 62 miles per hour in under 4 seconds. The interior quality is genuinely impressive. There is loads of standard kit. And the infotainment screen has the same rotate trick as the Sealion 7. Where it loses ground to the Model 3 is road noise on rougher surfaces, and steering that feels a bit numb around the center point. But if you want Model 3 money to go further and you are not obsessed with the driving experience, the Seal is a serious alternative. That is important. But if you do not also consider number 4, you might be leaving a lot of value on the table. Number 4. The MGS5 EV. This is the replacement for the MG ZS EV, and it is a genuine step up. Tall passengers have real headroom and legroom in the back. The boot swallowed 7 carry-on suitcases in testing, and the interior feels noticeably more premium than what MG used to offer. Long-range versions promise 298 miles of real-world usable range, and they can hit motorway speeds in 6.1 seconds. One thing that genuinely stands out here is that MG kept physical controls for the climate system. That sounds like a small thing, until you have spent 5 minutes trying to turn the heat up on a touchscreen while driving in the rain. The infotainment response time is not the sharpest, and the reliability question mark that follows MG around has not fully gone away. But as a practical family SUV at this price point, it is hard to argue with. Now we are getting into the cars that are genuinely competing at the top of their class. Number 3. The Smart Number 1. Yes, Smart is now a Chinese-German joint venture. And yes, it counts here. And the Smart Number 1 is a genuinely excellent, small electric SUV. It drives well. The interior is plush and high quality. It has a 5-star safety rating. And the 12.8-inch infotainment screen is one of the most responsive in the class. A 10 to 80% charge can take as little as 27 minutes on a fast enough charger, which is properly quick. The boot is small, and the range of 273 miles is not class-leading. But the overall package is so well put together that it still earns its place near the top. If you want something that feels genuinely premium without paying premium German prices, this is worth a serious look. But the Smart Number 1 has a bigger sibling. And in some ways, it is even better. Number 2. The Smart Number 3. Same underpinnings as the Smart Number 1, but more space, more practicality, and arguably even more family-friendly. A 6-foot passenger in the back will not be brushing their head on the roof. The floor is almost flat, so the middle seat is not a punishment. And the performance from the standard 268 brake horsepower motor gets you to motorway speeds faster than a base Tesla Model Y. The range-topping Brabus version adds a second motor for 422 brake horsepower, if you want something a bit more serious. The ride is smooth over most surfaces. The interior is smart and well-finished. And the safety rating is excellent. The boot is still on the small side, and the range is not quite class-leading. But as an overall package, it is one of the most convincing electric cars at this price point, regardless of where it was made. And the best Chinese car you can buy right now? It is not even close. Number 1. The MG4 Plug-in Hybrid. This car won What Car Magazine's Car of the Year award, and then went on to win the Electric Car Award too. And when you look at what it actually offers, it is not hard to see why. The price is significantly lower than comparable rivals. Even in top spec form, it undercuts the Kia Sportage. And the official electric-only range is up to 75 miles. In real-world testing, 74 miles was achieved on electric power alone. That is almost unheard of for a plug-in hybrid. The 1.5-liter petrol engine backs it up well for longer journeys. The interior feels genuinely quality. Space in the back is generous for taller adults. And the boot handles holiday luggage without drama. Yes, MG's reliability record is a concern, and the non-hybrid 1.5-liter petrol version is less impressive. But the plug-in hybrid HS is a genuinely brilliant car that punches well above its price point. So let's bring this together quickly. On the worst side, the Skywell BE11 falls short in too many areas to justify. The MG4 has real reliability and safety issues that have not been fully resolved. The Maxus MIFA 9 promises a lot as a 7-seater and delivers too little. And any Chinese car from a brand without a proper UK support network is a risk that simply is not worth taking. On the best side, you have the BYD Lion 7 and BYD Seal competing seriously with the best electric SUVs and saloons in the world. The MGS 5 EV offers genuine family practicality at a strong price. The Smart Number 1 and Smart Number 3 prove that Chinese-built cars can match European quality standards. And the MG4 is simply one of the best plug-in hybrids on sale. Full stop. What has changed since the start of this video is that you now know the difference between the Chinese cars that are worth your attention and the ones that will cost you more than just money. The market has genuinely improved, but it is still not all good. Do your research. Check the reliability data. Look into the brand's UK support network, and then make your decision. The best ones on this list are genuinely exciting. Just make sure you are buying one of those.